water, earth, fire, air. Long ago, the four nations lived together in harmony. Then, everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Only the brown boy Wonder, master of all four elements, could stop them. But when the podcasting world needed him the most, he vanished. 100 years passed, and my brother and I discovered the new brown boy Wonder, an airbender named Abrar. And although his airbending skills are great, he has a lot to learn before he's ready to save anyone. But I believe Abrar can save the podcasting world.
Welcome to the Brown Boy Wonder podcast. We are now in the last episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is the series finale. I'm sad because I didn't want to do this episode because I don't want the show to end. But good things have to come to an end. Let me bring in my guest here. In the first episode, I did say that he was my Sokka to my Aang, but this time, he is my Uncle Iroh to my Zuko. It's Skyler. Skyler, how are you doing today?
Sir, I'll take that. I'll be Iroh. Abrar didn't want to finish the series.
No.
He's one of those people that's like, oh, I'll leave the last episode, and then it's like it never ended. And I said, Abrar, that's stupid. We're watching the end.
Look, I didn't want to end Breaking Bad, but I had to. After a few days.
You have to.
Yeah. All right. This is the Last Airbender.
We're here to finish the story.
Yes. Finish Aang's story, right? Not everyone else.
Yeah.
We're finishing everyone else's.
Finishing a bunch of stories.
I guess so, yeah. But yeah, let's do it. Season finale. It is called the Sozin Comment, but there are 4 parts because this was basically a movie. So part 1, the Phoenix King.
Ooh.
So we see Aang doing his last firebending training.
Yeah, he's pretty good at it.
Yeah, it's been about a few months, I think, or a few weeks.
A few weeks, probably. I don't think that he had too much time to learn.
Yeah, I guess so. But we did see some Katara. She made some watermelon juice. I want to try that.
I'm glad that you noted the juice that Aang didn't get to try.
Oh, he didn't try it?
No, because Zuko said you have to do your training.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Zuko's taking it very seriously, but everyone else is very relaxed for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, beach party time for them. You see, Toph is great at sand building.
Yeah, they all start building different sand sculptures. Toph makes all of Ba Sing Se, complete with the king and the little bear.
Yeah, looks good.
Aang makes Appa, and then Sokka makes a giant monster.
Mm-hmm.
But he said it was Suki. I don't know why he roasted her like that.
I guess he's not good at sand building.
No.
Zuko is tired of this beach party.
Oh, he's pissed.
Well, what's going on? So he is teaching Aang a lesson by chasing him or trying to fight him.
He just starts blasting fire and chasing him just like the good old days.
Yeah, like season 1.
When this happened, did you have a moment? Because famously, you wanted Zuko to be good, and then he didn't turn good at the end of season 2. Now we finally got here, but then Zuko starts doing this. Were you like, oh no?
No. I hadn't had any thought in my mind because I was like, they're doing some silly stuff. I'm like, dude, come on. It's I think Zuko's right. Like I didn't had any opinion on
you're one to jump to conclusions, so I didn't know that if
Oh.
you jumped to the conclusion that
No, no,
Zuko
no.
just turned evil again.
No. That makes no. Then I'll hate the show forever if he turns heel again. But no, I understood what Zuko's coming from. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, he's in the right here, kind of.
Yeah. After that battle, the gang thinks he's not ready to face the Fire Lord.
Yeah, they said we're just gonna wait.
No one
Which
told Zuko.
yeah, it's really funny that no one told him. They're just like, yeah, whatever. We don't want to let him be sad about it. And then he's like, yeah, we need to do it before because they're gonna kill everyone. Everyone. They're gonna kill it all.
I mean, come on. There was a group hug at the end. I like that. I like that a lot.
Group hug.
Switching to the Fire Lord, basically his plan was to wipe out the Firebenders. He's acting like Sozin.
Yeah, he's ready to. Well, we saw in the flashback what his plan was.
Yeah.
It's a flashback to an earlier episode where Zuko attended that meeting right before the Eclipse invasion, and he's the Fire Lord's like I guess Azula gives him the idea just to get on a bunch of airships and toast everything with their super comet powers. And that's like the moment that Zuko's like, we're evil. I need to leave. This is wrong. I made the joke while watching this. It'd be really funny because Zuko says something along the lines of like, I wanted to speak out, but I didn't. And I thought like if he did, then he would have showed up to Aang with 2 burnt eyes. Like it just would have happened again. He gets banished again.
Oh, that'd be crazy. So, back to Aang's gang. Aang gang, I think that's what they call themselves. Zuko is teaching Aang about lightning.
Yeah, his go-to move that he'll need if lightning gets thrown at him. It's great. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry.
The group is doing like another training, I think, and then they had like this, they had that watermelon juice, and when Aang had the opportunity to beat up the Far Lord's watermelon, he stopped
Melon
and
Lord.
said, "Oh, that's what they call him."
The Melon Lord, yeah.
Oh, I like that. He stopped and said, "Man, I don't feel myself. I don't want to kill the Fire Lord."
Yeah, he doesn't want to break that one rule.
That's the monk's rule, right? Like don't kill anyone. Makes sense.
All life is important.
In that moment, I was like, man, I think he's gonna lose. He's gonna lose in real life.
He's gonna hesitate.
We went up to 41 episodes in, and then he's like, yeah, I can't do it, dude. This is the series finale.
Well, he never wanted to kill people.
That's true.
And he always knew that he had to defeat the Fire Lord, but he never thought, I have to kill the Fire Lord.
I guess they didn't give him the instruction manual on how to be an avatar.
Being the avatar doesn't come with an instruction manual. It comes with the ability to call your past lives, but not an instruction manual.
No. Later on, the gang is eating dinner, I think. Toph said to Katara, no, I think Toph said Katara had a thing with Haru, and everyone was like, what? And Katara's like, oh, no.
Yeah, what was it? Katara came out of the house, and she wanted to show off like a little picture that she found. And she was like, I have something to tell everyone. And Toph was like, I knew it. You was smooching. Little Mo with the gimpy leg. Cliff.
Oh, she's Kevin.
Yeah. But no, what Katara actually found was a picture of a baby, and she was like, "Look at little baby Zuko," and Zuko was like, "That's not me. That's Hitler,"
Yeah.
basically. And they were all like, "Oh no, Hitler was a baby. It's the Fire Lord as a baby."
Yeah, he's
And
still
then
cute as a baby.
they needed Don Cheadle, War Machine, to be like, "I'll kill that baby."
I think that was the best part of Don Cheadle's career. It was that
Oh,
scene.
saying he'd strangle a baby,
No, Thanos.
a little purple space baby, but a baby nonetheless.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, that's not his greatest moment. Um,
What was his greatest moment in Ocean's 11 when he got covered in duty?
dude, that's a nasty scene.
All right, it could still be his greatest.
I guess if he's covered in poop, I'm in it.
Oh, I don't like how you said
No, I'm
that.
joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I was joking. I was joking. Um, but yeah, so pretty much Aang is like, yeah, dude, I can't kill the Fire Lord. It's against monk's teachings. And at the, I think at night he kind of left in the middle of the night and went to like a little island, and the gang can't find him.
Yeah, he kind of got up while sleeping and like was sleepwalking to the beach and then started swimming out to a little island, and then come morning time that island was just gone. Everyone's looking around, they follow his footprints to the ocean. They lose track of him.
Yeah,
Sokka thinks that Appa ate Momo.
yeah. I was like, that could be a good. That's a valid reason.
I wanted to say something. You'll like this, Abrar. In the third episode of the show in season 1,
Oh
when they
god.
first meet Momo, well, you remember what Sokka wanted to do?
Eat him,
He
right?
wanted to eat him. And
Ah,
now here we are in the finale, and Sokka is willing to get eaten to save Momo. He crawls into Appa's mouth. That's
wow.
crazy. Look at that.
That's big foreshadowing within 2 years.
That's character growth.
I
Look at that.
like
Best
that.
friends with Momo.
I like that. Um,
Uh,
Toph.
they all split up to look for Aang,
Yeah,
and Toph like immediately latches on to Zuko because it's her time. It's her
yeah,
time to get that Zuko adventure,
yeah. She wants her life-changing adventure, and it's
and then
about time.
she goes on the adventure, and it's bad.
Yeah, Zuko
He's
doesn't
like,
care about Toph.
she's telling him like her life story, and he's like, "Listen, child, we're looking for Aang. I don't care right now." And she's like, "This fucking sucks."
Yeah, just we need a Toph episode with Zuko. We should have had this before
Too
this
late.
episode.
Too late.
Mm.
It's gone.
Yeah, it looks like they couldn't find Aang for a few hours. But Zuko, he's a expert on tracking Aang, of course.
That's true. So he resorts to go back and find fan favorite character, barely in the show, the bounty hunter June, and her
One
big
episode, I
mole
think.
creature.
Mm.
And they go to her. She's in the same she's in the same bar. Ryu's still there, still getting beaten up or whatever. And they hire her services to find Aang. The big mole creature sniffs the glider, and he just like gives up and cries. And they're like, "What does that mean?" She's like, "He's gone." Like
He's
dead? Like no, gone. Doesn't exist.
yeah. The mole creature would know if he's dead.
And so after like, okay, we can't find Aang, but we still need to face the Fire Lord. We'll just hope Aang shows up because that's what the Avatar does. So what else can we do? Well, there's someone else we can find, and Zuko whips out a stinky shoe, the sandal
Yes.
that Iroh lost that one time. A lot of
Yeah,
good callbacks in this.
it's very yeah, big callbacks. That has to be really sweaty. It was you see little stink marks there.
There were flies buzzing around. Come
Uh,
on, Iroh, what are you doing?
how can you? You need that sandal. How is he walking in the
He got
streets?
a different one.
Oh, okay, that's good. Uh, you see Aang. Well, before we get to Aang, we cut to the Far Lord, and saying Azula will be the new Far Lord, and Ozai
Ooh,
will be known as the Phoenix King, the supreme leader of the
yeah,
world.
yeah.
Not good.
That's pretty scary.
Uh, come back to Aang. Aang woke up in the island. I guess he was sleepwalking when he was like going to the island, and this reminds me of the show Lost.
Because it's an island.
Yeah, island, and they just woke up, or did they crash and then they
There was
wake
a
up,
plane.
or
There was a plane crash.
yeah,
In the first episode, there's a guy that gets stuck to a jet engine, so I know there was plane wreckage.
yeah. But did they like wake up after that, or do they like, or still awake?
I think it's unclear. Cause all right, well now we're just talking about Lost spoilers because like at the end, spoilers if no one's watched Lost. I think it's on Netflix as of right now, so you can go
Yeah, I
watch
think
it if you
so.
want to. Skip ahead if you want to, but like they're all dead, right? Like that's
Yeah,
they're in the afterlife. That's what the island is, more or less. And so like the main character of Lost, Matthew Fox, just kind of wakes up, but there's the crash all around. So it's like unclear. I think they don't they know they were on a plane and now they know they're on the island. This is not important to what we're talking about. I don't know
no, no.
why.
I'm sorry. It just reminded me of like, oh man, it's like that show that I didn't finish, but
All
but
right, go watch
let's
Lost. We're gonna
yeah.
pause right now. We're gonna go. We're gonna watch all 10 or so seasons of Lost. We're gonna come back and we're gonna
All
finish
right,
talking about Avatar. All right, and pause. And we're back.
all right. Part two of
Okay.
the season series finale. It is called The Old Masters, and we did leave off of the part where Go found
Aang's on the island.
yeah, Aang is on the island,
Uh,
and
he. This is where he decides to spiritual. Well, first he's like, "Am I in the spirit world?" He tries to bend. He could talk to Momo, so he knows he's not in the spirit world, but he doesn't know where he actually is. So he decides to sit down and call for help on his little avatar spirit phone.
yeah, yeah, I guess so. I guess you can call that.
He calls Roku first, and he's
Yeah,
like, "Roku, I gotta face the Fire Lord. What do I do?" Uh, and Roku's like, "You should probably kill him, dude."
you
He's
know
like,
when
he's like,
when
I can't kill people though. And Roku's like, well, yeah, but I didn't kill Sozin, and look what happened.
yeah, when that interaction happened, I was like, if I was Roku, I'm like, dude, what's going on, man? Just do your thing. And is like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
well, he's just a little boy. He has to kill people. He doesn't want to do
Yeah,
that.
but you gotta. All I gotta say is, if you're the Avatar, you gotta do what you gotta do.
That's true, and that's what every spirit he calls tells him. Because he then calls Kyoshi. He's
Yeah,
like, they're saying I gotta kill this guy. What should I do? She's like, definitely kill him because I killed people all the time and I'm cool and people love me. I killed that one guy from that one episode. That was cool. And Aang's like, I don't know why I called you. I knew you were gonna say this. He calls the waterbender guy, Avatar Kurik was his name, I remembered.
okay.
And he's like, what should I do? They're saying I gotta kill people. And Kurik is like, hey, I was a hang loose party dude. I was surfing around having fun. I didn't kill people, and my wife got her face stolen. It's like, damn it. All right, we're 0 for 3 here. He's like, all right, well, if I call the next one's an airbender. That one's gotta be on my side, right?
Yeah, Air Nomad, I think.
And she's like, no, dude, you gotta kill it.
Yeah, she told Aang, but I'm not quoting. Life is sacred, but selfless duty calls you to sacrifice your own spiritual needs and do whatever it takes to save the world.
That's true. Basically, like your air nomad teachings is what's telling you not to kill this guy, but your duty as the avatar is to go beyond that. And so he completely struck out. 4 out of 4 avatars recommend killing the Fire Lord.
I mean, if they say it, I mean it's true. So, but the thing is, Aang found after all his long call, man, he must be paying a lot of bills on that call.
Oh, his avatar minutes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it has to be like at least over 100 hours.
Kids today don't know what minutes are.
No, they don't. They don't. They don't know how to, the text, like press 1, then 2, then 1, then 2.
The SMS, the buttons.
Yeah, they don't know that.
No.
I had a T-Mobile sidekick.
Is that right?
Yeah. Aang found a creature in the ocean.
Ooh, he's on the creature. The island is a creature.
Yes, and it's a what's it called? It's called like an island, not island.
It's a lion turtle.
Lion turtle. What the hell's a lion turtle?
The biggest creature to ever exist.
An Avatar?
I think they mention it like in a previous, like offhandedly mention a lion turtle in another episode, like season 2 or something like that.
Think so.
I seem to remember. But yeah, it's like the biggest super spiritual. I'm assuming that it's a turtle because like the whole mythos of like, the world being on a turtle's back.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's a Stephen King reference.
Might be.
Big space turtle. But either way, he finds this big turtle. I do like how he's like, this island's a big old creature. He jumps in the water and immediately swims towards its mouth. Smart.
Yeah.
He's brave. He's faced worse, probably. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean he faced like what's the guy in season 1?
The Unagi?
Yeah, he faced that guy.
Yeah. This guy's bigger though, so
A little bit. But he went back to the land, and before we get to the ending, let's get back into the gang here. They're trying to find Aang. So they found a scent, of course.
yeah, of Iroh.
Of Iroh. Because of his dirty ass sandal. So they went to a camp.
They follow the scent and it takes them to Ba Sing Se.
Yes.
And it's at this point where June, the bounty hunter, is like, all right, he's in there somewhere. See ya. It's like, that's a big ass city. Help.
Yeah, so the gang camped outside of Ba Sing Se until they were surrounded by fire and all the masters are here.
All the old people.
Yes, so we got what we got here? We got Paku.
Master Paku from the northern water tribe, the North Pole.
Yes, and he got married to Gran.
Oh, he was smooching.
Yeah, there's 2 people smooching here.
There's a lot of smooch. Well, no, Katara wasn't really smooching, not yet, anyways.
No.
But Master Paku locked it down, as it were.
Yes. Also, Zhong is there. The firebender who kind of teach Aang.
Yeah, this is the guy who tried to train him first. We got Robert Patrick is back.
Oh yeah,
whatever his name is.
Piondo.
Master Piondo, something like that. And then finally, most importantly, Boomy is here.
Yes, Boomy is here. He asked an important question, or he asked like, "Where's the most important person?" Momo.
Yeah, I was thinking of you when he said that.
That's accurate.
And I like when they say like he's missing, Aang's gone too, and Boomy's like, well, as long as they have each other, it'll be fine.
He's right. So Boomy talks about his journey taking his Omashu city.
Yeah, we see a small flashback of when the eclipse hit. That was Bumi's moment. He was like, "All right, bet," and immediately used. I like how he escaped the thing. Obviously, Toph is the only metal bender,
Yeah.
and so they didn't go like, "Well, Bumi's really strong too," so he also just metal bent. Like, no, he used like other stones from something else to like pry it open really fast, and then he just started throwing whole buildings at dudes. Oh my
Yeah.
god, he's the strongest guy alive.
I mean, you look at his physique. You got that.
He basically turned all of Omashu inside out. Holy crap!
We need him on
Um,
our side.
yeah, he was cool.
So the masters took the gang to the old people camp, as they say.
Yeah,
And I forgot who said what, but they said, "Hey, Uncle Iroh's in that a little tent there." And
yeah, they're looking for Iroh. He's Iroh's more or less like the leader of this little camp.
yeah,
They say he's a Grand Lotus Master or something like that.
yeah, they said they were a part of a secret Grand Lotus society. So they were,
Yeah. So the payoff to the White Lotus teasing stuff from like season 2 is the White Lotus is a secret society, kind of like not the Illuminati or like the Freemasons, kind of, but like they're a secret society of guys that don't care about country borders. They just care
yeah,
about like doing what's right.
right.
They're an old people Justice League, more or less.
I guess
As
so.
far as this episode's concerned, they're an old people Justice League.
So Aquaman is Paku,
Oh
and
yes.
Batman is Uncle Iroh.
No. Batman's Robert Patrick because he's got
Oh,
swords.
right. Piondo. Jong
Iroh's
is,
Superman. Come on now.
yeah, that's true. He is Superman. Then Batman is not Batman. Jong is Aquaman.
No,
No.
you said Paku. John can be Wonder Woman.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Uh,
Zuko is about to meet Uncle Iroh for a long time, but he's sleeping.
Snoozing.
Makes
Big
sense.
sleep.
But we don't see his body yet.
His muscles.
Yeah, I was like, man, I was waiting for that.
Do you think it's important that Zuko sees it? Important that Zuko knows Iroh's been getting jacked?
I want him to know at least.
I'm sure he knows.
Okay. Well, shortly he woke up and Zuko said, "I'm very sorry." And Iroh hugged Zuko and he said he was never angry.
Oh, it's actually bringing tears to my eyes right now just thinking about it.
Yeah. Zuko. Iroh says Zuko. I think later on, I think the day after, Uncle Iroh says Zuko should be the Fire Nation leader and restore peace and order.
Yes, sir. Zuko's like, but Uncle, I kind of suck. I shouldn't be Fire Lord. And Iroh's like, you suck least of anybody in our family, dude. It's got to be you.
Yeah.
Uh,
The gang.
it was nicer
Yeah.
than I just made it sound, but
No. He said more nice. He said it in his own Uncle Iroh ways. I've been getting a lot of reels or TikToks of like Uncle Iroh quotes. Like there's a page dedicated on his quotes, daily quotes.
he's a very inspirational man.
Yeah. But then,
Uh,
I don't know about about brain rot, that thing.
yeah.
So someone made like a brain rot of Uncle Iroh talking to Aang, talking about Skip BDD, and I'm like, oh, what's going on?
Oh no, Uncle Iroh should never utter the word skibbity. I don't want to see that.
No, I was gonna send it to you. I'm like, nah, it's gonna ruin everything.
Um,
The gang
but
has
no,
a plan.
Another thing that Iroh says that's really smart, another wise Iroh moment, is Zuko's like, you could fight the Fire Lord. It's got to be you. None of us can do it, and Aang's gone. Iroh says that wouldn't be right, and it wouldn't fix anything. the world would remember it as a brother killing another brother to take power, it has to be the Avatar.
Yeah.
He's gotta be the one to lay down the law.
Yeah, if the brother kills the brother, the cycle keeps continuing over and over.
And so they decide, well, we have to have faith that Aang's going to come back. So until then, what can we do? And that's where they devise their plan.
Exactly. And back to Aang and the gang, I guess. They all see the comet.
Ooh.
That's the end of part 2. Now, part 3 is called Into the Inferno.
Part 3 is where all the action starts happening.
Yeah. You see Azula is getting the royal treatment for her ceremony as the new Fire Lord.
Oh, and it's so beautiful. Everything is she's starting to unravel.
Yeah, she's already a madman. Not the show.
She's falling apart. She's firing everybody,
Yeah.
banishing everybody. She gets a cherry with like a pit in it. Banished. She banished the cherry pit. No, she banished the girl that gave it to her. The two old ladies, the freaks, as it were.
Yeah, I was about to ask, like, are they the same freaks?
Those were the freaks, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And she was like, you're banished, but you're not. But she called them the wrong name. She's like, I'm low, so who's banished? At that point, it's just like, well, only one of you can ever leave your house at the same time. You know?
There we go. Yeah. I'm glad we don't have to see the freaks again.
Because they got banished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did like this guy. It kind of looks like a Batman the animated series. You know how?
Oh, sure.
The coloring.
Yeah, it's very scary.
Yeah, it's like sunset all the time.
Yeah, skies turned red. It really feels like. I mean, as it should. This entire part of the finale has final boss energy.
Yeah.
Azula also fires the Dai Li.
Yeah,
banishes them too.
This girl Dai Li. She's not a good person.
She finally gets this like seat of power, or she's about to, and she immediately becomes super paranoid, super like she completely falls apart.
Yeah. She needs her brother.
Good to see. She needs jail.
Actually, yeah. So the plan for the gang, so Toph, Suki, Sokka.
What is
Sorry.
this, a movie?
Sokka.
Wow.
Sorry. I remember saying Sokka in the first episode. I apologize. I'm sorry. Let me turn my card.
You know what? Call M. Night right now. Call M. Night Shyamalan. Apologize to him.
You know, I will. I'll apologize to him.
When you see Trap this summer in theaters, you need to take a personal signed letter and give it to him to say, I'm sorry. I don't know why you're apologizing to him, because it's his fault too, but...
No, I apologize that he's, I'm bringing his avatar into life. I don't want that.
Knock at his cabin, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, Batista with his power bombs. Toph, Suki, Sokka are in the airships where Ozai is.
They snuck on. They rode a little lizard to get to like the airfield, and they snuck onto one of the ships.
Yeah, and they're trying to invade, of course. And I think Toph became like Metal Man, so she combined all the metal door into herself.
She destroyed those guys, is what she did.
Yeah, she was like
fully suited up in that, and she wrapped the metal door all around her into an armor, and she's just murdering dudes.
She's Shaq in Steel.
Oh, come on. No, she's better than that. You think Shaq could have done any of the moves she was doing in this?
Yeah, all of it.
She was crawling on the ceiling like Spider-Man.
Yeah, she was. She was. And I think it was around this time Spider-Man 3 came out, I think, around this time.
Oh,
Maybe a connection there.
not
So
really.
no, so they took over that ship.
Yeah.
Sokka
Uh,
told the Fire Nation people there's like a birthday party, I guess.
yeah, he said, everyone come on down to the Bombay. We're celebrating a special birthday. Eh, I like this part a lot. They all go down there, and we just get a moment. And I guess it's cool. Part of the reason why it's cool they decided to make the finale 4 episodes long is we can have little moments like this,
Yeah.
uh, where they're all standing around the Bombay, and it's like a blue collar office party almost. They're just standing around. They're like, "Hey, I work up on level 3." It's like, "Oh, I work in engineering. That's why we haven't met." And this guy walks in. I can't believe the captain remembered my birthday.
But
And
speaking of
then they just
trapped,
open the Bombay and throw them all into the ocean.
and
It's great.
he said, "Happy birthday."
I will say, it's very nice of Sokka because Sokka specifically says, "Lower the airship
Mm.
before he pulls it." So he doesn't kill these guys.
I don't know.
He could have.
He could have, but he didn't. Yeah, because they're good guys. They're good people.
I don't know. So Sokka didn't kill these guys. I don't know if we can say the same thing about the people in the rest of the airships.
No,
Because,
they got exploded. I think.
yeah, we'll get to it in a second.
But Uncle Iroh is feeling the power of the comet as they get into Ba Sing Se.
Oh yeah, he's juiced
Yeah,
up.
yeah. Oh,
We
very
see.
juice.
Oh, I don't remember if it was in right outside the city or in the camp, but Iroh mentions that when he was a young man, obviously his he's famous in the Fire Nation for his siege on Ba Sing Se,
Yeah,
that's he failed, and that's where his son died. Um,
yeah.
and he says that as a young man he had a vision of him conquering Ba Sing Se, but now he realizes he's not conquering it for the Fire Nation. He's conquering it from the Fire Nation.
Mm.
Damn, that's what he does here. Him,
Man,
just 5 old dudes fucking it up. This
yes,
big ass
sir.
city. They
Yes,
like
sir.
they destroy the Fire Nation forces here.
I love it. This is what you want to see in a movie theater, not on TV.
I said that when I was watching this with a friend of mine, and I said, can you believe they just aired this for free on Nickelodeon?
Oh my god. If Nickelodeon was smart, it could have. This episode should have been in theaters. That's it.
They could have.
It's literally an hour and a half.
They very much could have.
But back to Azula. She's going through it. Of course, you see her cutting her hair.
Oh yeah,
Seeing her mom.
yeah. She's having visions. She's messing up her hair. She's talking to herself.
She's like the Joker.
Yeah, a little bit. Which Joker?
Not Joker. Um, Green Goblin from Spider Man.
Okay, yeah, that one is a little bit closer. You're right.
Yeah. I did see Willem Dafoe's Kinds of Kindness.
Which?
I do not want his. I don't want to see his naked body. Spoiler alert.
Oh, did you see that with your dad?
No, no, no. I'm glad I didn't. Back to Avatar.
Yes.
Aang. I don't know why I said that. Aang versus Ozai. It's time.
Ooh. Here we go. Well, first we see just how strong Ozai's bending is right now with this comet.
Oh
Good
yeah.
God. It's like
Dude,
Oppenheimer.
yeah, a little bit. Oh, it is. It's literally Oppenheimer. And dude, he's also ripped too. He's just like Alquaro.
Yeah, but he's been ripped the whole time.
Yeah, I didn't know. He should have took off his robe.
Yeah.
But
Is this the most ripped character Mark Hamill's ever played?
I think he was kind of ripped in Last Jedi.
No. No. Ripped in half, maybe.
Yeah, there you go. Um, back to Sokka. Sokka rammed his ship with the others, and as we say, it looked like he killed people.
Yeah, he just smashes the ship he's on into the other ships and just starts tearing through them. They're all exploding and dudes are getting blown off, jumping off. Terrifying, but it is war. I understand.
I guess so. But meanwhile, Suki split apart.
Yeah, they. I want to take this moment. Would be now. Would be a good time to mention. Uh, the action in this whole show has been great, but the action in this finale, holy crap! There's like we already talked about, like Toph fucking dudes up in the metal suit.
Yeah.
And yeah, Sokka and Toph and Suki running along like the exploding airships, and obviously Aang fighting Iroh and the White Lotus guys taking down Ba Sing Se. The action in this is so cool.
It's top notch.
I wish I had more to say that it's really cool, but it is. And we'll get to my favorite fight of this finale in a second.
Yeah, I guess right now. Zuko or Katara showed up to Azula, so now it's Azula versus Zuko.
She's about to be crowned Fire Lord.
Yes.
Like the dude's holding
the ceremony.
The little crown. It kind of reminded me of like I'm trying to think of a specific wrestling gimmick where like when Ted DiBiase was like, "Oh, Andre gave me the championship. I'll be champion." And they're like, "That's not how it works."
Yeah.
That's what it was like. They came in and stopped her from getting in the history books. Not today, Azula.
So they're fighting, doing all their lightning, not lightning yet, but all their fire bending, and Zuko kind of Azula was about to do her lightning, but she directed towards Katara.
Yeah. Well, let's first not skip over the fact that their plan was to take her on together.
Yeah.
But Zuko says like she's tilting. Something's wrong with Azula, and I can definitely take her right now. And to his credit, he does. They're doing their Agni Kai.
Yes.
And so cool. Like Azula's blue fire versus Zuko's red fire.
That's good, man.
Great action, as I said. Intercut between like the other fights, like Ozai and Aang fighting. And Zuko's like about to win. Like he's knocked Azula back. Like she's like rolling on the ground, and dirty heel tactics.
Yeah.
She shoots the lightning, like you said, at Katara, and Zuko was ready for her to shoot the lightning at him, which he can reflect, but off to Katara. He jumps in the way, takes the bullet, and he's down for the count, more or less. Like just like when Iroh got hit with lightning in season 2.
Yes.
Now Azula is Katara's problem.
Back to the Aang fight. I think the big, at least in part 3 here, the big thing is Aang took Ozai's lightning and he bounced it off.
Hell yeah.
That's pretty cool. He learned it since who lightning him? I think it was Azula in season 2 or 1.
Yeah, she's the one that almost killed him while he was in the Avatar state.
Yeah, so now he learned how to deflect it, and boom, he's in his mode right now.
Oh yeah, sicko mode. Well, he's about to go sicko mode in a second because they're fighting, and Aang's kind of like getting pushed back a bit. Ozai blasts him back. He hits a wall, which like hits where he was scarred.
Yeah.
And this activates, I don't know if it opens up his chakra, kind of like, I don't know if it like physically opens up his chakra. I think just something about the moment and like that specific spot on him being hit more in a spiritual sense than a physical sense.
Yeah.
It awakens his avatar state. Boom. His eyes glow. He's in the avatar state. He's ready to go. And that's now he's in sicko mode.
Yes. Now we're right into part 4, Avatar Aang, as they say.
So Sokka and Toph are dangling off the edge of one of the last standing airships, and there's 2 Fire Nation goons that are like chased them and is about to blast them off. Like Toph's dangling off. Sokka's holding on with one hand. He says, I think this might be it, Toph. And it felt like the toys in Toy Story 3 all holding each other's hands going into the fire. In the last second, he uses his 2 signature weapons, the boomerang. He takes one guy out. He throws the sword. He takes the other guy out. He loses his sword. And then the ship starts to go down. And Sokka says, I don't think Boomerang's coming back, Toph.
It's sad.
They're going to die. But then Suki in a different airship shows up, saves him.
Love that. That's great. That's good writing right there. It was like,
Yes.
it was like Toy Story 3.
Yeah, it felt tragic. It felt like something bad's happening.
Back to Ozai and Aang. Aang is the Avatar state, and he was using like, so when he became an Avatar state, he became like a bubble of like all the bending powers.
Yeah, he surrounded himself with all 4 elements.
And what do you kind of do? You kind of like just blast Ozai, I guess.
Well, he did a lot of things.
Yeah.
So the bubble itself was more or less just like a big old shield, and to visually show the viewers that he's controlling all 4 at once. He is in complete tune with his avatar state. But he's throwing tons of rocks at Ozai. He's whipping him back with water. He's deflecting fire, controlling fire, shooting fire. There's a lot of fire in this episode. Big surprise.
He reminds me of like the Great Balls of Fire.
Ooh, WWE pay-per-view?
Yeah, the only
I
one.
was there. I went to that one.
Big ass.
I went to the one and only Great Balls of Fire, and I saw big ass.
That's great. That's great. Aang did not finish Ozai, but he got his ass by trapping him.
Ooh, yeah, and we'll come back to the end of that after we finish talking about the Azula fight.
Yes. So, what's her face?
Sarah.
Yeah, Katara. She's trying to heal Zuko, but then Azula's like, "Dude, let's fight." And she's like, "All right, I guess so." So they start fighting, and then towards the end, Azula trying to take out Katara, but froze Azula and chained her.
In this fight, mostly Katara's on the back foot because we've seen Katara face off against Azula before on multiple occasions in the end of season 2, at that abandoned village in the middle of season 2. And I truly do think Tara has always been stronger than Azula.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I don't remember if we mentioned it last week, but Tara's really fucking strong.
She is.
Like, I think going into this finale, like Aang has what I believe to be the world's strongest earthbender and the world's strongest waterbender on his team.
Yeah, I feel like if Katara had to face Ozai, I think Katara could beat him.
Maybe. I don't know.
Like should do like a big fight at least.
I'll tell you what. I think if Katara had to face Ozai, she would have had no problems killing him, like Aang
Yeah,
did. She would have just cut his head off.
Yeah, she'll what is it called? Bloodbend.
Ooh, that's nasty.
It is.
Anyways, but yeah, so it's because Azula is so juiced up from the comet. Katara's mostly spending this fight evading, running away, dodging. Lots of big fire and lightning being shot at her here.
Yeah.
But she discovers not like I'm not gonna say it's like a sewer grating, but like there's like a storm drain, something like that. There's water.
Mhm.
So she lures Azula there, tricks her to stand on the grating, and then as Azula's about to shoot lightning in her face, freezes both of them, and then bends herself out of it, chains Azula down, and Azula is done, defeated, captured, arrested.
Good riddance.
And Katara goes to heal up Zuko.
She did the blop blop blop, and he's
She and
back.
Zuko share a little hug because they won.
Yeah.
I thought they was gonna start smooching here for a second.
You know, if they did, I wouldn't mind it.
Ooh, you wouldn't be sad for Aang?
Aang, you can find someone else.
Well, you know why I wasn't sad was because we get to see Azula throw a full tantrum.
Yeah.
She's screaming and crying and kicking her legs. She's lost. And like you said, good riddance.
Yeah, dude, like she was becoming the Joker in this episode at least, and we got her before she did something worse.
A very satisfying defeat.
Yes. She showed up when? Season 2?
Yeah.
End of season 1.
She was teased in the final episode of season 1.
Oh man.
And in the movie. Remember?
Oh yeah. The Last Airbender, I remember. Well, we forgot to talk about what's his face, Uncle Iroh and his guys. He kind of took over Bossing Say.
Yeah, they won. They won really easy. They're very strong.
Yeah. Bada boom.
They were taking all like the Fire Nation tanks and like stacking them. You know how sometimes you go to like a restaurant or like a takeout restaurant or like maybe like a business. You see those like little skewers that they like stab receipt paper onto.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it looked like with these they were just stacking all these tanks on this big skewer. That's what it looked like. And there's really not much to say about them other than they kicked everybody's ass.
Yeah, as they should.
Oh yes. And then another thing we didn't mention, and I'll mention now as we go back to finish the Aang and Ozai fight. You like how Ozai flies around like Iron Man?
Yeah, he does kind of.
He flies around like Iron Man this whole fight.
Like I said, man, I think they've been watching Marvel, or I think Marvel was watching Avatar.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, we see you at Marvel. You know, here's one thing I would say about Ozai. He is a good villain.
Yeah.
He just want to kill everyone. Yeah, he just want to kill everyone. So that's what makes an evil person. So kudos to him.
Yeah.
But back to their fight. They say Aang trapped his ass.
Oh, yes, he did.
So Aang did this weird thing. It was kind of scary. So Aang is bending Ozai. It was like the movie. I don't know if you saw. I'm sure you saw The Lighthouse with Robert Pattinson.
Oh yes.
You remember the part where Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe were like combining like light to each other?
Yeah.
It was kind of like this.
Yeah.
It was kind of like that.
That's exactly what it was. So yeah, right before that happens, it's important to note that Aang exits the Avatar state.
Yeah.
He has Ozai trapped, but it's not. I feel like if you wanted to, I don't want to, but I feel like somebody could argue that perhaps because Aang was in the Avatar state while kicking Ozai's ass, it wasn't really Aang winning.
That's true.
It was the Avatar state doing it, and that's quote unquote cheating. I don't think that's fair to say necessarily, but it doesn't matter because we are shown he exits the Avatar state. He lets Ozai go more or less. He lets
Yeah.
like the rock bindings loose, and he's like, I'm not gonna kill you, Ozai. I can't kill you. And then Ozai tries to go for a cheap shot. And then Aang deflects that, grabs him in a hold. And is this where we get one quick recap of what? Yeah, the turtle, the lion turtle. We see
Yes.
what he said. Again, and he basically says that the lion turtles were like the benders before everything else, and they didn't bend elements; they bent energy, and he's going to show Aang how to bend the energy within another person. And so Aang does that. He shines the light like in the lighthouse.
Yeah.
And we see a really cool spiritual, like a physical manifestation of their spirit energies. Like Aang is blue, Ozai's red,
Mm-hmm.
and Aang's light begins to lose to Ozai's light because Ozai's evil and scary. And we're hearing like the love guru,
Yes.
talk. And
My Faja.
just at the very last second, Aang's spiritual energy overcomes and wins and blasts back. It's kind of like a PlayStation QuickTime event where he has to like mash the X button,
Yes.
and it's just like you're not mashing fast enough, and then he starts mashing fast enough and he wins.
Yeah,
kinda
he's
what
like
it felt
Kratos.
Yeah. But he wins. His light is super blue. He makes everything super blue. And then he tells Ozai, I took away your firebending.
Boom. Ba-boom.
It's
He
like
was
here we are referencing things again. It's like when Magneto lost his powers in everyone's least favorite X-Men movie.
Yeah, it's alright.
Everyone's least favorite X-Men movie of the first three.
Sure. Yeah, it's kind of like that. He is washing away the fire. Mr. Aang, Avatar.
Yep. He puts out all the fires. He's saved the day.
The gang came around to see the Ozai surrender. Sokka told Ozai he is a loser lord. Got him.
Got his ass.
Got him. Mei and Zuko reunited.
Yes, they did.
Katara, Sokka returned with their dad.
Yeah.
Ty Lee became a Kyoshi warrior.
Yeah, did you like that?
I like that. I think that fits her.
It's a good fit. It's a good fit for her.
Zuko and Aang are friends and will rebuild everything again. We'll begin a new era of love and peace.
And Zuko becomes the Fire Lord.
Comes the Fire Lord.
Most importantly, the happy ending that matters most to me is Iroh goes back to Ba Sing Se and opens up his tea shop.
That is like in I don't know what movie, but it just reminds me of like when in the first Avengers movie when they were at the shawarma shop, just sitting there. It's like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad. What's the tea shop called? Jasmine tea.
That's the tea that he drinks. I don't remember what the shop was called.
I think it should be called I and Z.
INZ.
Iroh and Zuko.
And Zuko. Yeah, no, I got it.
Okay. I thought you didn't have it. Okay.
We at Zuko's like coronation, we get to see like it's like the ending of the first Star Wars. Everyone's standing there.
Yeah.
All the different people from the I almost said 4 nations, 3 nations, because there's airbenders are gone. But everyone, all the friends that we made along the way that survived, at least, they're all here. You know was funny? We see at the end, we see the hippo wrestler guy,
Yeah.
but we don't see Mick Foley. We don't see the boulder. Did he die?
He probably did in Boxing Say or somewhere else.
Oh no. Maybe he died when they all got put in the jails.
Haru was there, right?
Yeah, Haru was there.
Yeah, I think the boulder died.
I don't think we see him anyways.
Well, Uncle Aros in the tea shop, he said, I think someone was painting something. I forgot who someone was drawing something.
Sokka was doing a really bad drawing.
There we go. And then, yeah, Uncle Aros said, like, my belly is not that big anymore. I trimmed down.
I slimmed down, yeah. Give him his credit.
Oh, Sokka never seen him trimmed, so.
That's true.
But the biggest thing happened. Well, before we get to the biggest thing, Zuko went to the jail where his dad is.
Mm-hmm.
And asked his dad, "Where's my mother?"
Ooh.
He's like, Arnold,
yeah.
put your mother on the phone. But yeah, I feel like that's a big cliffhanger, but this is the series finale, so we'll never know the mother.
Yeah, so I've been waiting this whole time.
Yeah.
To talk about this. Not talk about it because disclosure, I have not read them, but there's a comic series.
Oh, okay.
There are comic books, quite a bit actually. And I know one of the things that they do cover in that is Zuko's mother.
Oh, okay.
And like kind of a quest to find her.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they're if anyone hasn't read them, like me, the comics are a possibility to tie up potentially some loose ends. Like immediately me thinking of like, if those comics didn't exist, the loose ends that I'm left with from this show are like, okay, Zuko's mom, that's number 1.
Yeah.
Toph didn't really ever reconnect with her parents.
No, yeah, it's true.
So I don't know if that's touched upon in the comics. You would have to ask someone who's read them, or God forbid, read them yourself. No, I actually do suggest maybe you should do that because I've heard that some of them are pretty good.
Okay.
And then let's see. I know. Oh man, I almost don't want to tell you this.
What is it? A spoiler?
It's not it's not really a spoiler. I don't think for the. If anything, it's a spoiler for the comic books.
Okay.
There's a point in which Zuko and May break up again.
What, dude?
Yeah.
Didn't they? What?
Now it is speculated that they get back together, but that's never confirmed.
We see Zuko and May. May said like, "Don't break up with me again." Something like that.
Yep. Well, she broke up with him. She got mad at him for a thing. Yeah.
What? I didn't like that. But well, I'll see with this ending.
Some people don't stay together, but maybe they did get back together because there is something reasons to believe that potentially, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to tell you.
Well, just tell me. Just let it out.
In regards the next show, Legend of Korra.
Oh, when I see it, just let me know.
Oh, okay. Well, Zuko has children and grandchildren.
Oh, good.
So people are like, "Oh, who did he have those children with?" And it's never said. So some people are like, "Oh, maybe it was May. Maybe they got back together." And there's no reason to assume that's impossible. So I don't know.
Well,
choose your own adventure.
Well, we need Maury Povich in Avatar, so he can do a DNA test.
Yes, we do.
You are my Fahaja.
Oh, we did the Love Guru.
yeah. Oh, Zuko and Love Guru? Nah, let's not do that. They didn't get together. But let's end this episode with a happy note at least.
Oh, some people who did start smooching and I can
Yeah.
confirm did not break up.
Yeah, so Aang went outside. Kotaro was outside. They're looking at the sunset or whatever. They both look at each other. Kotaro is blushing, hugged Aang, and then they finally smooching with my brother Cliff. No, this because
Ooh.
in
And
the end.
that's the end of the show.
Wow. So my predictions were all wrong.
Oh yeah, every single one of them.
Yeah, like not even one, not even close to one.
You know what, Abrar? I'm gonna tell you this. Tell you right now. I've already told you a little bit about the comics. I told you a little bit about Legend of Korra. I'm gonna tell you one more thing about Legend of Korra, and it's gonna make you want to watch it.
Hey man,
Now,
I thought it was a prequel.
It's not a prequel. It's a sequel.
Okay.
Now I think pretty much universally it is kind of agreed that Legend of Korra is not as good as this. And now that you've seen the full thing, you know that this would be kind of hard to top anyways.
Right.
But I will say that Korra does have some neat stuff in it that I think is, if you're a fan of Avatar, it's worth checking out. But don't expect it to be as good as this.
Right.
But so it's set 100 years after
Damn.
this, 100 or so, something like that. Aang has passed away.
No.
Well, he has to.
No.
Aang has to die so that we
No.
can have the next Avatar.
No. He's 112. He has so much life.
He died of old age. He's fine.
He has so much life to live. He was only
think he died of old
112.
age. I don't remember. He may have gotten shot in the head or something. But,
I like Chad Gable.
But no. So, the next Avatar, her name is Korra. She's a waterbender.
Cool.
And in season 1 of that, she needs to learn airbending. Who's going to teach her airbending? Aang's son.
Aang, son.
Who is voiced by
Don
J.K.
Cheadle.
Simmons.
Oh, J.K. Simmons.
Yep, he plays Aang's son.
But J.K. Simmons is like, does he have like an old voice, like a raspy voice?
Well, he's an old man. It's 100 years later.
Oh, that's true. Oh, so is that like when he's a kid? Aang...
No, he's not. He's not a kid.
Oh, okay. I was like,
he's much older. He's much older than Korra.
Okay. I'll give it a look, as they say. That sounds interesting.
There's some cool stuff in it. There are some beloved characters who are not in it because it's like 100 years later and they are dead of old age. There are some beloved characters in it, who are still there, who haven't died, even though they're really, really, really old.
Boomy.
No, he's dead as shit. No, Katara's in it.
Okay. Oh, she's old.
She's old like grand now.
Oh, okay. I've seen on Google Images of like grown up like Aang and Sokka. It's like, is that true? Is that the real?
We see, at least in season 1, I remember we see like a good flashback of them as adults.
Yeah.
Aang, like nice, tall, handsome Aang. He's got like a beard.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he's cool.
Okay.
Sokka's dead too.
Oh, come on, man. He's a swordmaster.
Yeah, he died.
Damn. It's because of his comedy?
No, because he was old. I'm telling you.
Old. Oh, M. Night Shyamalan. Old.
Oh.
Let's not bring that up.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give it a look at Legend of Korra. But
I'm gonna look up really quick because I said many times in this, I was like, "Oh, it's 100 years after. It's 100 years after." It's gonna be like, if you look it up, it's gonna be like 70 years after, and people are gonna leave comments and be like, "It's not 100 years. It's fucking close."
It's still long. It's
70,
still far.
70 years after the event, so it's 70 years later.
Why did they pick 70, not 100?
Probably because 100 is a little too long for Qatar to live.
I guess, yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay. Well, I'll give a wander of Legend of Korra. But for this show, man, since the beginning, I've not seen the show, but now I've watched the whole thing. I think it is the best thing on Nickelodeon.
Well, you know what? Let's end this whole thing by saying,
Oh, before we do that, I forgot we have an interesting fact here.
oh, interesting fact, eh?
The order Aang summons the elements to himself in the Avatar state, air, fire, earth, and water, is the reverse order of the elements shown in the intro.
That's pretty cool. I was gonna say also, like the big pillars that the airships were flying over that Aang was standing on.
Yeah.
That's right out of the intro. That's
That's true.
That's where the Avatar vanishes, and now he's returned in the same spot. It looks like.
Oh, I like that. Okay. But yeah.
No. So what I was gonna say is, I believe this is still happening. I don't remember. There's a animated movie in the works.
Oh.
Yeah. Let me read this on Wikipedia. So grain of salt, I guess.
Okay.
In February 2021, 3 years ago, along with the announcement of the formation of Avatar Studios, it was reported the studio's first project would be an animated theatrical film that would begin production later in 2021. In June 2022, it was announced Lauren Montgomery, former storyboard artist of Avatar and supervising producer of Korra, would serve as director. In 2024, Paramount revealed the film's tentative title, as Aang, the Last Airbender. It has. Oh, this is definitely happening. Dave Bautista as the antagonist.
What?
We mentioned Batista in this episode.
Yeah.
Is Batista gonna Batista bomb Aang?
Dude, if he doesn't, he should just retire as an actor.
So, if memory serves, the idea behind this is it is an animated feature film showing adventures of the Avatar gang as they're like older. Not, I don't know if they were like flat out adults or what, but it's a different voice cast.
Okay.
It's not the original crew.
It's like a epilogue, I guess.
Yeah, a bit. But basically, wanted to end this whole series of us talking about the show by telling you that there's something else to look forward to. So you didn't even have to not watch this. You can not watch the movie.
No, I'm glad I watched the show. I'm glad I did.
Hey, and it's in theaters, and you see almost everything in theaters. So
44 and counting. We're in the middle
For this
in the
year.
start of July. Yeah, 44.
I think I'm at like 30 for the year myself.
That's still good.
We'll have a different episode by the end of the year talking about everything we saw theatrically.
Oh yes. I do want to say we talked about 61 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
In my notes, my Word document notes, I have 44 pages of notes about Avatar.
44 pages of notes.
Yeah.
That's insane, dude.
Hey man,
I didn't take any notes.
I had to
And
take
you know
notes
what?
in my first show. Yeah.
Maybe that shows. maybe listening back, I just sound like an idiot just rambling off nonsense.
No. You went on the script. the imaginary script on your end.
That's true. The important thing is there was a really good show, and I got my good friend Abrar to watch it,
Yeah,
and we both had a great time.
it was a good time. I'm glad I did this.
In we started this in March,
March
April.
March
When did we start
5th.
this?
Around March 5th, around there. Let me double check. Faja. He got the gold. Yeah, so it's we started this in March 16th.
Okay, and here we are. Date of recording: it is July 2nd.
Damn, it literally took what, 4 months?
Well, we skipped a couple weeks in there. Other things we had to talk about. But yeah, it was a good series, a good time.
I loved it. Good time, good time. But you will be back.
Oh, I'll be back.
You'll be back for our spooky month where we're gonna dive into the Conjuring universe.
Ooh, I'm excited. I've watched all the Conjuring movies before. Like 2 years ago, something like that, a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And there's some that I like and some that I don't, and some that are crazy. So it'll be a fun Halloween. Probably September and October is how long that'll take us to get through all of those.
I think so, yeah. If you guys haven't listened to our first spooky rewatch, we did Saw, so check out that, and then look forward to this coming up October. I guess, do I say the special announcement for the next rewatch?
You know, it's your show. I'm not part of it. I'm not part of the next one, so
I wish you could, but you're not really into this thing, I guess.
Not as much as the people who will be talking about it, so I wouldn't have a lot to say. So I will just be a listener for those ones.
That's fine. That's fine with me. But if you want to join these episodes, these next episodes, then let me know. But the special announcement is the next rewatch for the Brown Boy Wonders we're gonna do is Power Rangers in space, and I have a good friend of mine joining with me, a Power Ranger enthusiast, Anthony Reviews, who'll be joining us for that one. So I don't know when we're gonna do it, maybe in a few weeks or so, but just stay tuned for that one.
Oh yes.
But I'm gonna act like not Chris Evans. Who's the guy who did Hot Ones?
Sean Evans.
Sean Evans. I'm gonna be like Sean Evans.
Sean Evans from First We Feast.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like him. All right, Skyler. At this camera. Tell her what you got going on.
What do I got going on?
Yeah, any endorsements?
I started watching The Bear.
Oh, what do you think? Oh,
I'm like halfway through season 1. I'm not very far yet, but it's pretty good.
Okay, man. It gets better, and better.
I trust you, cousin.
Oh, are you into the part where like he labeled like birth on his shirt?
No.
You'll see. Damn it, I just ruined it for you.
Like the last thing that I saw was they drugged a bunch of kids at a birthday party.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty bad. But yeah, man, it's like Uncut Gems.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like that. But yeah, of course, you can follow this podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. I have an Instagram page called Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. And of course, stay tuned for those rewatches soon. And I do want to do a quick shout out to my cousin, Sana. She did the intro of these Avatar episodes. Shout out to her.
Very nice.
Until then, stay flamin'.
Stay flamin'. Go read the comics, I guess. I'll do it too.
I'll skim it. Don't forget to like, comment, and follow.